Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are out here in the new goat yard and are so excited to give y'all an introduction to all of our new baby goats. But if you are new here, I am Gigi. This is Cesar. We just bought a small 3-acre farm about 7 months ago, and we are here to grow food, to grow medicinal plants for our apothecary business, and then to raise livestock. And one of the livestock that we're raising are goats. So we had a very rocky start into goat keeping. You can actually go back and hear the whole story. I think it was our second video that we did. Oh, we have a kitty coming our way. The kitties don't normally come in here, so this is a whole new thing that's going on right now.
What's up, little Franklin?
And so while we are in no means experts at goat keeping, we are brand new at this. I do feel like we have some advice to give on starting a goat herd. Due to the experience that we went through, we learned the hard way on what questions to ask, what to look for, what time of year, things to plan for, and stuff like that. So we started getting goats about a month after we moved here. We started with 2, and we were sold a goat that was extremely, extremely ill. And 3 days after we got her, we had to euthanize her. We did end up being compensated for that with getting her mom, who we call Big Mama, and we're very, very happy with her. She's so unbelievably sweet and loving, and we were told that she's a herd protector, and we've really been able to see that since the kids got here. But we did just pick up 4 baby goats, 4 kids. They've been here, about 2 weeks now?
Almost 2 weeks.
And we have one more on the way who is a bit younger. But we got to watch these kids be born. We really learned a lot through this process. And so we kind of wanted to share with you guys a little bit about that today. What do you feel like we really learned the most, babe? Or what do you want to talk about?
Well, if you're new to goats, for one, I'd really suggest taking your time doing the research and planning ahead. We moved here in August, and it's goats kid around here typically like December to March. In the springtime, late winter, early spring. Just summer babies don't do well here in Florida because it's so hot, so humid, so many bugs, so many parasites. So it's really a good idea to try to have them, when it's still a little chilly, so that they'll be established.
Before it gets too hot.
Yeah, before it gets too hot. And
that was definitely a problem with
Yeah.
that little girl we had. She was a summer baby,
Yeah.
and her immune system was just really weak because of it.
Yeah.
And we didn't know better. Everyone said, oh, it's so easy to get goats, and we were having a hard time, and then come to find out it's because it was the wrong time of year to be...
Yeah, looking for young goats.
Right.
Once they're grown, it doesn't really matter what time of year. But some things that you really what I would suggest is find a place that has pregnant goat mamas and befriend the people, stop by, see if you can find somebody that can mentor you. That's been extremely helpful for us. Our friends at Butthead, that's where we got the kids from. They allowed us to be there for the births. We've seen these kids be born and grow until the point that we brought them home. So that gives us, we know they're well taken care of. We know they're getting proper nutrition. Certain signs that you could tell, like if a goat's not really doing so good. Just much like dogs, if dogs are not doing well, their gums start to turn white. With goats, it's their eyelids. So you just pull down their eyelid. If it looks whitish or pale, they're not doing so great. You want like a nice pink color, show the blood flow and everything like that. another thing that I've noticed, because since we've had goats, well, with the exception of Lucy, that was too far gone for us to bring her back to health. Big Mama, she got a little wormy. She had a little high of a parasite load. Nothing crazy, but you know, just from watching her every day. And I noticed that her hair, her coat started looking raggedy. It's like she had constant bedhead. You know, like if you look at her now, her coat's nice and shiny. All her hair is laying down the way it's supposed to be, and that's just something that, you know, to me has been kind of something to pay attention to.
Also, their stool.
Yeah.
I had no idea what a goat's poop was supposed to look like, and so when Lucy was having really soft stool, I didn't know that was a sign, because it looked more like a dog's poop, or a cat's poop. But a goat's poop is hard little pellets, similar to like a rabbit.
Yeah.
And so if they're having really soft stool, that is another really big sign.
Yeah, but that is a big sign.
That something's off.
Something's off, exactly. But also something to take into consideration as far as the poop is that whenever you change a goat's diet, they can tend to get diarrhea. For example, the babies that we brought, the kids, they were doing completely fine, and they came here, and you know they were on a good chunk of land, but goats have been there for a while, so there wasn't really a lot of forage. You know, they were pretty much hay fed and milk fed from their mamas. So whenever they came here and we gave them this big area with just all these like bushes and small oak trees and all these green leafy things, you know, growing on top of the hay, they all went through about 2 or 3 day period where they all got a little diarrhea. We just monitored it, and they're all doing fine now.
Yeah, they've got great poops now. Also, well, with Lucy, she was, like we said, really far gone, and she had what's called bottle jaw.
Bottle jaw, yeah.
Bottle jaw. So under her jaw was really, really swollen and poofy.
Thank you, Ethel.
So you can see
the line.
It's really.
And she was like, it came down, and like pretty much from the tip of her chin all the way to her neck, it just looked swollen, and it almost kind of jiggled.
And
so
when
think
Mama,
of like a second chin for humans.
Yeah, and when Mama had that little bit higher of parasite load at that time, we noticed her jaw was swelling a bit.
A little bit.
Which was
nothing like
what Lucy. But there was something there,
Yeah.
which I immediately caught. And then on top of that, her fur, or her coat looking, like Cessa was saying. And then if a goat's really ill, they're gonna kind of put themselves away. They're not. You'll know, like
they'll be acting weird.
They'll be acting weird. They won't want to be social. They'll go off by themselves. Goats are extremely social animals. So when you notice that one of your goats isn't coming out and being social with the rest of them, that's a big sign. And then another thing with looking into where you're going to get your kids, you want to know their practices. Are they more natural, or are they... Oh, hello, Miss Khaleesi. Hi, baby. She's our sweetest girl for sure. Are they Are they having natural practices, or are they more antibiotic driven?
Are they on a worming regimen? I mean, you need to pretty much think of like how you would want to raise your animals, and then try to find somebody that uses those types of techniques.
Because, like, for instance, if they're on just a worming regimen where they're giving a dewormer every like 8 weeks just for prevention, which I would not recommend at all, and then you remove them from that, and you're not doing that to them, that could really cause them to get sick, because their body's used to getting this regimen of dewormer, and now it's not.
And not only that, you create superbugs.
Exactly.
The parasites become resistant to the medication, so if your goat does get a worm load down the road, the parasites they have inside will be resistant to the medications, and they could die.
Even when Mama had that higher parasite load, we got a medicated feed. And we gave her 1 serving, and even the instructions recommended like a follow-up 2 or 3 times, and we did not. Yeah, we gave it the 1 time, it knocked it out, and that was it.
Yeah, it was like a 1/4 cup, and yeah, it was it.
And
she's
it's just
been good.
right out of our hand. We fed it to her, and that was it. And she's been 100% fine since then.
Yeah, and goats are very susceptible to stress, to stresses and big changes. So another through working with our mentor, we've kind of learned that as long as you have good quality food and plenty of it,
Yeah.
you give them fresh water.
Yeah.
And they have a nice place to sleep, a nice clean place to sleep at night. I mean, they pretty much take care of themselves.
Yeah. That's another thing. Goats do want a clean, dry shelter to sleep in at night. And they really don't want to be in the rain, so you want them to have access to that. We have these little worms right now that sting really bad. So he thought he had one on him. But they are prey animals, and so our goats do not have horns, if you can tell. So it's our job to protect them, because in the wild their horns would be their protection, and they don't have that. So we have them behind a fence that has electric. So no predator can get in here, and then of course we lock them up when the sun goes down as well, and then they have a nice clean, dry home to all snuggle up in together at night. And they do. It's so precious. They all snuggle.
Yeah, super cute.
And it's been, while it was a rocky start, it's been an amazing experience, and I am so in love with goat keeping. Yeah. We are keeping goats for two purposes. For food. So our females are for dairy, and our males, aside from our stud, of course, is for meat. So we are raising goats for food. We love them, but that doesn't change how much we love them and care for them in the life that we give them.
Yeah, we still want them to have the best quality of life, and give them all the love that we can. And in the end, they're gonna pay us back by giving us good quality meat to nourish our bodies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do we have anything else? Any wisdom we've created in these last 7 months?
We are so wise.
We are not, guys.
No.
We are brand new to this. All we know
we're still learning new stuff every day.
Every single day. But I just felt like we're at a point where we went through some challenges that we've really learned from and getting started as goat keepers. And so that's what I wanted to share. If you are interested in getting goats, you need to think about where you're going to keep them, how you're going to keep them, a building for them to live in, how you're going to feed them, and then on top of that, where you're going to go and look for them, and the questions to ask and the things to look for so you know that you're getting healthy animals.
I will say, definitely do your research and plan. Give yourself time to plan and get everything ready. We did not.
Yeah, we jumped into it.
Literally, we made the decision on Monday, and Saturday we had goats without any, I've been doing a lot of, research and watching a lot of YouTube videos on, this type of lifestyle. And I never thought I would have goats. So my knowledge base of goats was they're animals. That's pretty much it. So we try to cram as much information into it. I was rushing around trying to build shelters, trying to get everything lined up. And I think that created a stressful situation for us. I'm grateful we did it, because now we're at a good place. But there's an easier way to do this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Plan ahead. Be prepared. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Every morning at sun up and every evening at sundown, you have a responsibility to take care of these animals.
Yeah.
So
no vacation.
Yeah. Not unless you have someone to come and do it for you, and who's going to be here to make sure that nothing happens to them. It's your responsibility to keep them safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys want to meet our goats?
Should I bring that one first?
Yes. He's talking about the cat. All right, guys. So this is Mr. Jonathan Stewart. He is so gorgeous and so sweet.
Khaleesi's brother.
Khaleesi's brother, yes. So we love him very, very much.
And they are those two are the oldest of all the kids that we're getting.
They are, yes. Their mom was Reba. They were one of triplets. Yeah. 2 of triplets. Here is Miss Khaleesi.
Headbutting me.
She is our sweetest of all of them. Oh,
Mama.
She's not about this right now, but this is Stu's sister, Jonathan Stewart's sister, Khaleesi. Here's Miss Ethel. Oh no, Effie, you're stuck. There you go. And there's Mama. She's crazy. Here is our sweet Aria. She is the most nervous out of them, and she's so gorgeous. I want you to see her little pink nose. Oh, oh, look at that little nose. So she's very timid, but she'll warm up to us. We know she will. Sweet girl. And this is Miss Adeline. She was the, well, Mama, don't chew on her foot. We got to see her come out, and she had this sideways tongue, and we just knew that she was gonna be our little girl.
The first 10 minutes of her life, her tongue was hanging out of the side of her mouth.
We just knew she was gonna be our little girl. You can see she still has her horns. Her brother was accidentally disbudded instead of her, so that's something we will have to handle when she gets a little bit older. But for now, she's just riding out with some horns. And she's precious. All right. Well, guys, I hope that you got to learn a little bit something when it comes to getting goats and keeping goats. I would say if it is something that interests you, it is 100% worth the time, the energy, the money that it takes to keep goats. It is extremely rewarding, and we're just getting started. We're not even enjoying the milk or anything yet. It takes a couple years to really get established, but it's still worth it. They bring us so much joy every single day. So if it's something that you feel God is putting on your heart, I definitely encourage you to look into it further and maybe see if it works for you.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us over in the goat yard today. And we will see you next week for a full spring garden tour. I'm really excited to share with you guys. Yep, we are having we've had a little bit of pest pressure, and I want to share with you guys everything that we're doing to keep that in check, because I really feel like it's working. So I'm excited to share that with you guys next week. But if you like what you're seeing, please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the videos to come. And thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.